the shade Club Hopper. I don't like that name. Hey guys, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name's Evangelis, and if you're a returning watcher, thank you guys so much for coming back. I love you. As you guys can see from the title, today we're going to be doing my makeup routine. I'm going to be talking and breaking down what I'm using, very detailed, showing you what products I use and my tips and tricks to achieve this look. So if you guys are interested in seeing how I achieve my go-to makeup look, continue watching. Alrighty, so let's get into it. I already did my skincare routine, which is just facial wash, and I'll put any under eye serums and my moisturizer. So my skin type is very, very dry, especially during the winter months. My base, I make sure that I am extra moisturized. So it doesn't matter if I'm putting serum on top of moisturizer, just the fact that my skin is going to be very moist, dewy. It'll just help the makeup glide on. Before I begin, this is just what has been working for me. I know everyone does their makeup differently. I am not no makeup artist. So over the years, just learning my face and the fact that I have dry skin, I've just been learning what techniques and products work best for me. So what may work for me may not work for you, and that's totally okay. So just wanted to put that out there. So if you see me looking over here, this is just where my mirror is at, so I could just know. So first and foremost, I'm old school. I don't know, like I see people do eyebrows last. I still like to do my eyebrows first. I don't know. So you're just gonna take any eyebrow brush and you're just gonna brush up your hairs. I've always used Anastasia's brow pencil, but there's not that much product in there, so you're consistently buying that brow pencil again and again, and sometimes it'll break. So one day when I didn't have a brow pencil, I just took my Makeup by Mario. Ever since then, that's how I've been doing my brows. I'm gonna use a brush like this, something flat, something that gives you a lot of good precision. I'm gonna take these two colors right here. More so this one, but a little dab of this one. So I'm going to dab the tip, and then I'm going to go underneath. So I learned what's best is that when I'm afar from a mirror, it's easier for me to kind of match them up. So I'm gonna start at the bottom and just build that arch up. Since it's powder, I'm just going like in a swift motion, and that'll disperse the product evenly. I'll brush the hairs down, and then I'll take lightly tap, and then I'll fill up the top part, which is also gonna help shape the arch and fill in any scarce hairs. So lightly tap. And then in between, you're going to take the brush and brush out. So that's also dispersing the product and fading out the product, so it's just not as harsh. Start at the bottom on the other side. Disperse that up. And then take the brush the hairs down, as you can see. And then I'm taking the powder and filling that up. You'll do this as much as you need to. That's why I like the powder, because it's very buildable. You can add as much powder as you need till you get that desired look that you want. There's definitely a lot of hairs that I would definitely pluck and cut, but I'm in the process of growing them out, so I'm just going to let it rock. Because as you can see, the shape is definitely not the same. Then I'm going to take a brush like this with just a flat, with just a sharp edge. I'm gonna go in with the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. This is where we help clean the brow and also shape the brow. That flat edge will help give you a nice sharp application. Anytime you do makeup, always use a little bit of product, because it's very easy to build on top. It's harder to take off product. And I'll just brush that up top. My brows are really kind of what takes me the longest. So I'm gonna go off camera real quick and just sharpen them up. But you kind of got the drift. I'm just gonna keep going back and forth into fixing and then powdering what areas I feel needs to be fixed until I get the desired match. So I'll be right back. So moving along, I have just my moisturizer on, but I like to hydrate even more. I'm gonna go in with the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base. This formula is so hydrating, you guys. So I'll put it especially in the areas where I'm dry, around my nose, around my mouth. And I just go ham with this, honestly. I'll put it all over my face, but especially in this area. It is such a rich, thick formula. And if we want to be extra hydrating, I'll go in with the Merit Great Skin Instant Glow Serum. It's this pretty bottle. You'll shake it up. And I just do like one drop. It's pretty liquidy. I'll take that and just a little bit all over the face. So as you can see, my skin is super dewy, super moisturized. We're gonna start with our foundation. This is the first layer of my base. We're gonna go in with the Luminous Silk Giorgio Armani foundation. Mine is number 6. So this foundation I love. It is on the pricier end, but you're paying for really good quality with the foundation. It has worked well with my skin type. It has worked well with just color matching to perfection, and I have not used another foundation, so this foundation works best. I'm just gonna do a little bit throughout my face. I'm gonna go in with a Makeup by Ariel brush. This is kind of like a flat top one. This is the A24, and I'll just evenly distribute it. So I'm just gonna tap it, so I'm kind of dispersing the product well, and then slightly stroking the product along my skin. I'm avoiding my under eyes to not get product under there because I'm gonna leave that for the concealer. So like I said, I put a light amount first, brush that out, and then if I feel like I need any more on other areas of the face, then I'll go add more, because like I said, it's easy to build up product if you need more. So I'll just bring that down to my chin. And I love to be tan, so I don't know if you guys can tell, I'm kind of turning into a whole nother color. I like to be dark and tan. I'm lightly tapping and stroking until I feel like it is easily distributed throughout my face. Bringing it down. Okay, I think that's pretty good. And take my damp beauty brush and I go on the flat end, and then just to make sure that product is really in my skin, I just dab it along just to give that natural look to it. Now for concealer, I'm going to be using the Born This Way Sculpting Concealer. This is in the color Natural Beige. I'll just make sure that's evenly distributed throughout my under eye. I love this product because, and the way it comes, because it comes with a lot. It lasts you a really long time, which is something that I love. So I'm gonna put that along the areas where I wanna just conceal and highlight and brighten a little bit, and then I'll let that sit. So now I'm going to go in with my contour stick. This is actually a foundation stick. It is the Benefits Hello Happy Air Stick in the color 12. I'm gonna take the Makeup by Ariel A58 brush. It's kind of like fluffy, but also it's kind of like a fluffy brush, but it also has a flat tip to it. And I'm gonna brush along the top of the foundation stick, and then I'm going to lightly go on my cheekbone. And I like to mark it first, so I like to look where I'm trying to go on top of my cheekbone, so I can have a chiseled, so I can give that illusion where it's sucking up the face. So while I'm working on this, we're also letting the concealer dry up a little bit so that it'll be very, very potent. I'm just brushing that up. We're gonna brush it up, and between brushing up and then dabbing, so it also gives that kind of airbrush natural effect. And like I said, you could build up on it. So we're gonna take more product, brush along, and then I'm gonna go on my forehead. I'm gonna take contour, and then I'm gonna go along my neck. So I'm gonna go in like a V form around my neck, and then also along my jawline. And be patient with this because you do not want to walk outside with an unblended contour. So we're just brushing that in along the line, the jawline. And with makeup, you have to definitely trust the process. You may look scary at first, but trust me, when everything ties together. And then I'll go a tip on the nose. We're gonna go in later and be a little bit more detailed with the nose, but that's after we do the contour. I'm just going to dab along. I want to press in the product. I'm gonna bring that up. I look scary now. But like I said, trust the process, y'all. A lot of it to it is also blending. Blending, blending, blending. Good. I love it. I love it. I love it. So we went over the contour a little bit, so we'll go back for more. But I'm going to take the NARS Creamy Concealer and then I'm going to put it in the center here just to blur out the illusion of my hollow eyes. So we'll put that right there. Right? And like we did with the concealer the first time, we're gonna let that sit. And I'm gonna go in with more contour and go on top of that concealer that we just blended out. So now we're gonna go with a powder bronzer to intensify the concealer. I like to do creamy first and then powder on top so that the powder can set on top of the cream we just did. So this is the One Size Made for Shade. It's with 3 different color shades. I feel like you get your money's worth because you're paying for kind of like 3 bronzers in one. I'll take that same fluffy brush that we use for the bronzer and I kind of gently tap every single one. I just go all over. And then I go on top of the areas that we contoured and I'm dabbing the powder on top of it, dabbing, just so it can seem airbrushed, okay? And all over. Oh, that kind of messed my voice up. So I'm going all over. Got a little bit on my ears as well. Okay, and then we're gonna go back and we're gonna blend out that concealer that we had placed. I'm not spreading out this product. I'm kind of just dabbing and keeping it in that place just so it can give that, it kind of blur out that hollow dimension. So here, when I'm blending it out, I'm just blending out the transition from the concealer to the bronzer. And I'm doing this process throughout the, you know, makeup application process, because since we're layering, you just want to always make sure you're making a smooth transition from your contour to the concealer. Now work on the nose contour. We're gonna go in with that creamy contour that we were using. I'm gonna take a flat brush end and we're gonna go along the bridge of our nose. Me, I like to start up here. And then I'll bring that product down. Okay. And then I like to take a little bit and put that as a little bit of eyeshadow. Just gives more dimension to your eyelids, and I transition it to my nose. So a little bit on the eye and then going down. I'll take a little bit and put it on the tip of the nose on like a V shape. And then I'm working on fading that out. This, I like to have fun with it in a sense, because I'm really building a nose job. So I'll also take the Beauty Blender and blur that line from the concealer to the nose contour. We're just blurring that line so it's not as harsh. Start with light product and then you build. I'm going to keep reiterating that because there's times that I went too harsh on my nose and I had to work more to blur it out or even just start all over. So when you start with little product, it's just so much more easier to build and build on top of that till you get that desired look that you want. Alrighty, and then you could dab the Beauty Blender just so it can give a natural look to it. I take a little bit. There's times that I messed up on this, so I'll do a light sweep on here, which kind of gives you a little lift of a button nose. So I'll take my hand to blur that out because there's times where in pictures it came out that I had like just a brown spot on my nose. So I like to just blend that out. Can you see it? Yeah. Blend it out. Okay. And then I'm gonna go in with the powder contour. Lightly dab each one and just enforce the areas that we did just to make it a little bit more in depth to go over that contour. So you see we kind of see that bridge of the nose. And I'm going back and blurring it out. Okay. Now we're going to go in with a powder under our eyes. One size translucent powder. What color is this? I think it's just translucent. And then I'm gonna go in with a little puff, dab, and then go under the eye. And I'm really pressing into it. And I'm bringing it into the nose as well to clean up that contour. So you're kind of bringing it into the nose slightly. Pressing it under the eye. And bringing that in the nose a little bit. So that also helps clean up our nose contour. And then I bring it down around my nose. On my top lip, and then I put it a lot on the areas that I've contoured. Okay, and then I'm going up here. I don't really bake just because I have dry skin, so I'll put that in, and I'm basically like gonna take the Beauty Blender and then put that into my skin as well. So it gives like an airbrush look. Then we're gonna also take that and put it underneath our contour to just clean it up. So when I do this, I like to look straight into the camera where I'm doing like a chiseled, so I can have it even. Okay, so just very lightly under your contour. I'll let that sit a little bit, then I'll go back in with the bronzer and then go on top. I like to be very contoured. I don't know if you can tell. I like to be very bronzy, I like to be very contoured, and I like to look very tan. We're continuously blending out, trying to get rid of any harsh lines. And I will take the Makeup by Mario. I'll take this shade right here in the corner. I'll just dab that lightly, just to give dimension, just to make our eyes pop a little bit. In case it's been washed away by like any concealer, you're just adding some life to that. So you can kind of see it pops out a little bit. That's it, nothing crazy. And then if you really want to, you could take a darker shade and put that on the outer corner. I'll do that like if I'm going out for an event. Blush, I like to use the Rare Beauty. This is in the color Joy. I didn't like this one at first because it takes time to learn how to use it. At first, it was just, I did too much and I hated it and I didn't know how to like blend it out. So now I'll take it and then I'll scrape the product on the ledge, which also made this last very long because I used minimal product. And then I'll take a little bit and then I'll dab that along here. Lightly dab along there. And then I'll take the flat ends of the Beauty Blender and then merge and then blend that in with the contour. And it gives you a nice little rosy glow. I like to put that on top of the contour and I like to like bring it up. Blush is very in these days in makeup looks, so I know a lot of people use a lot of blush. So I like to start off small. If I like it, I'm gonna go in with a little bit more, brushing the product because this shade is very intense. It's very pigmented. So I'll just do that. Take my Beauty Blender and then I smile. Going crazy with the Beauty Blender, dabbing that out to make sure I'm dispersing it evenly. And I like to bring it up a little bit under into the contour. Take some remaining, put that on the forehead. More blush. So I'm gonna take the Dior Rosy Glow just to add on top because you know the concept of cream and then the concept of powder on top. I love it. I'm gonna take the Makeup by Ariel. This is the A32. I'm gonna do that. Then we're gonna brush, tap off excess, and then I'm dabbing just to slightly intensify whatever product I did. Go on top. So I like to dab the powders, you guys, because it gives it like a airbrush effect. So I love blush now. Like I'm obsessed with blush. Now go back in. Like I said, always blend that out. Every layer that you add, blend it out, making sure that it's seamless to the previous layer that you did. So now we're gonna go and seal our brows. I'm going to use the Anastasia Clear Brow Gel. I really love this gel. And then I'm gonna just brush up. So I'm going to go in with the One Size Mattifying Waterproof Setting Spray. I'm gonna go in with setting spray before I do my mascara, just because I don't want to risk any smudging. It smells really good too. So I'm gonna go in with this eyelash curler. I'm going to curl the lashes, making sure I'm getting close to the base as much as possible. So I like to, I like to pull. I like to pull my eye a little bit just to help spread out the lashes so it can get into the eyelash curl. Okay. Whoa, let me get my eyesight together. I like to go in with the Better Than Sex by Too Faced. I've been using this mascara since high school. Like, I love this mascara. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. I like to look in the mirror and go back as possible because I hate when I get mascara smudged on my makeup. I think it's the biggest pet peeve. Trying to separate the lashes as much as I can. Gorge. Perfect. Sometimes I go on top and then I do a little curl. I like to do that for the ends just because it kind of gets tangled. Any mascara residue, let it dry a little bit. Take the eyebrow brush and scrape it. It'll take it right out. For my bottom lashes, just to make my eyes pop. And if you want, you can like put some brown eyeliner or even white eyeliner along the waterline just to give, you know, that'll definitely make your eyes look bigger and definitely give it like a nice pop. I like to do that sometimes when I'm going out. But we could just leave it natural for this. Now, moving along to the lips. A lot of people are always about like, what is a lip combo? What is a lip combo? For me, I just like the browns with like a little nude in the middle. You guys, you can get just any brown, any dark brown will work. It don't gotta be like a major brand, because some lip liners I saw were costing almost $30. Excuse me, $30 for a pencil? Absolutely not. So this one is like ran down, as you can see. Like, look at this color. It's like a true brown. When I lived uptown, there was like a beauty depot around like 116 or something like that. I would just go in there and like their pencils that are like literally $2, it's this, and look at how much I used it. I used it to the ground and I loved it. And it goes on fine. You just blend it out. I don't care about the formula. I just need brown. I just need an outline on brown. So don't overcomplicate it. So I forgot I had like this NYX one. I'm gonna use this NYX one just for the sake, because it'll be easy for you guys to find it. And it's in the shade Club Hopper. I don't like that name. It's giving thotty. I don't like that name. So yeah, it's a matte lip liner and it's brown, and so we're just gonna use it. But like I said, any brown one, just use any brown lip liner, it's fine. When I didn't have lip fillers, I used to like overline my lips so much. So now what I do, now I got a little plump going on. What I do is I like to go like this, and then I like to make it a straight line. And at the top, I also kind of cut down. I don't fully go all wide. As you can see, I'm like going up and then I'm kind of cutting down. So I'm leaving all of this extra skin out just to give an illusion of like a little round pucker, if that makes sense. And then I like to just draw in on the sides. too dark maybe, but it's okay. We'll balance it out with our pink. This was from like a collab of MAC with Aladdin, but just look at the concept. The concept is basically a nice nude creamy pinkish to it. Or let's find another one. Let's use this Anastasia one. Crush is like a pink. We're gonna put it in the middle and we're going to, it's very matte. I don't really like matte, but whatever. We're gonna put it in the middle. I'm not really feeling this lip. Give me a second. Let me just stick to my brown. Take my nude. What is that? That's blood. I'm freaking bleeding. I cut my lip, you guys. I cut my lip. Not cute. Not cute. And then you're just gonna go in and make sure it's even, like the liner with the lipstick. The fact that I cut my lip. For me, what ties everything in is lip gloss. So I'll take any like lip gloss, any clear one, any like, I love clear lip gloss. This one is from Fenty Beauty, the Gloss Bomb. This one is Sweet Mouth. And then I take a little bit. Okay, we're done with that. And this is the final look, you guys. What do we think? What's it giving? Y'all like? My goal for makeup, for a makeup application, is just where it looks seamless. Not too much, just a little bit of enhancement. So I think it's pretty easy. Like I said, I mastered this over doing my makeup for years, learning your face, learning what products works best for your skin type. Like even just knowing your hand, knowing your face, it becomes muscle memory over time. Not applying a lot, blending, those are my key components. All right, you guys, that concludes this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you were able to learn some new tips and tricks. I hope any products that you see you're interested in buying and you start implementing them in your new makeup routine. If you guys saw anything that I'm doing that you feel like I can enhance it in any way, let me know down in the comments. I'm never too prideful to learn new tips and tricks as well. If you guys did enjoy the video, please give it a thumbs up. But yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye. Mwah.